Listen! I'm alone at a crossroads. Song, I don't know.
Yes.
I got a coffee and two nose.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you
Wow.
imagine being at the Muni right now and watching Fiddler on the Roof?
Absolutely not. No, too hot.
I don't think you could. You couldn't get me.
No tradition.
You
strong
could not
enough.
trap me. Mm-mm. No tradition is strong enough to get me there.
No. Hey everybody,
Hi, St. Louis.
and welcome to Trash. I'm Queen James.
And I'm Millie Monroe, and I hope you got a nice whiff of our halitosis. What's that? RuPaul blowing out the candle? You know what's happening this weekend?
So funny. What is?
Well, when you watch this, it's going to be, who
Over.
knows? But you know what is out right now, and we can go watch it whenever we want to?
What?
Twisters.
Ooh! I forgot about that.
My mother sent me something.
Is she going to see it tonight?
I don't think so. They don't go to the movie theaters. The last time they went to the movie theaters, I think we saw The Fellowship of the Ring.
You told me this story.
Yeah.
You told everyone that story.
Did I tell everyone that story?
You told it on the pod.
My mother, Reed Timmer, who is a storm chaser.
Okay, we need to first of all talk about how large the font on your mother's phone is.
This is a screenshot that my mother sent to me. Reed Timmer, he's a tornado
Storm
chaser.
chaser.
We had so much fun watching Twisters last night at Warren Theater in Moore, Oklahoma.
Can you imagine? That would be the best place to see that.
What do you think so far? Too much romance and not enough chasing? Question mark. Well, you know they got that Emmy Rawson in there.
Is that who that is?
No, but she looks like her.
She looks a little like Emmy
I'm like,
Rossum.
oh, replacement.
Replacement.
I know, she's doing that show with Ed Begley Jr.
You know, I think that show's over.
Oh.
And it was Ed Begley Jr. You're
You
right.
know who I was talking about?
I do.
William H. Macy.
I know how to translate you,
Listen.
girl. Everyone else can be lost, but I'm right there with you.
Listen, William H. Macy, how did he and what's her name work?
Oh, Felicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is she in prison?
She was calling the shots.
She was 100% calling the shots. I mean, like, if
was
any
putting the
relationship
money-
is dom and sub.
She was putting the money where she was putting the money.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't do Real Housewives to not do whatever I want with my money.
Yeah. She says, I didn't play Nurse Jackie for 18 years, not to just do whatever the fuck I
She
want.
didn't play Nurse Jackie.
Who did?
I don't know. Not her.
That's not Felicity Huffman?
No. That's that one actress from The Sopranos.
Edie Falco.
Edie Falco.
I get them mixed up.
You know, they're bringing that back.
The Sopranos?
No.
Thank God.
Nurse Jackie.
Are they?
Wasn't she just like a nurse who popped pills?
I thought so.
That's so boring.
Never watched it.
Boring.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get a new gig. We know these nurses.
Do we?
I do.
Come on. If you're like,
I get real.
if you're popping those little mood stabilizers,
Yeah.
maybe she needs them.
Maybe she needs it to do her job.
Did you ever think of that?
Did anyone ever ask her that?
Was she bad at her job? Listen, when you go to the doctor and you're a woman and you're like, my body is turning against me, and the doctor goes, come back another day, maybe that's what Nurse Jackie's doing.
Maybe that is what she's doing. She says, I'm taking the power in my own hands.
I'm taking the power into my own hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
People die from drugs every single day.
Every day, but not her.
Can I tell you something? Sidebar.
Okay.
I saw a man come into the store the other day who looked 100 exactly like 100 exactly. 100 exactly. 100.
He looked exactly 100 years old.
Yeah, he looked like my brother. And at first I was like,
Scary.
but like brown hair.
Weird.
And I was like,
Same build, same everything.
everything.
Whoa.
And I was like, this is weird.
That's creepy.
And I told my mother this, and I was like, don't get upset with me.
Yeah.
That was a weird experience, girl.
How long was he in the store?
Like 10 minutes. Like enough for me to be like, wow, can I get a picture?
Did he talk to him?
No.
Weird, wild.
What? Excuse me, you look like my dead brother.
Can I help you find a book?
Can I help you find a book? I do like to read. You know, I've been in a really, really awful reading slump right now.
Yes.
God, I haven't. The last thing I read was on the cruise, I think.
Oh, how long ago was that?
A long time.
Damn.
Episodes ago.
Episodes
You know, it's like, wait, let me see your tea. You got,
The whole time?
no, it was very small. I think you're good now, though. No, what was I saying?
the cruise
reading
reading.
slump. Okay, so I read Annihilation. You know, that book that's based off that movie?
Yeah.
Hated the movie, loved the book.
Loved the
Read that second book. I think I read that on the cruise. I don't know. I don't remember
There's a sequel?
anymore. There's 3. It's the Southern Reach trilogy, girl.
Ooh, because I have to be honest, I don't know exactly what was going on in that movie.
Oh.
And I'd be interested to know more.
Oh.
Yeah.
You read that book, you still don't know what's happening in that movie.
Right.
The first book, loved it. I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking
I've
about.
heard it's really good, yeah.
I started reading that second book, and I said, you're playing me for a fool.
Oh, that bad?
I said, it's taken me a long time to get through this book, and it's not very big. And you're
Hate
not
that.
telling me anything.
Hate that.
So I haven't read the third one, so I have no idea how it goes.
Right, because you got so turned off by the second.
And so I got so turned off, I said, I'm not reading anymore forever. Guess
Never
what?
again. Done reading.
I am reading a book called Maxine, not to be confused with the movie Maxine.
How many X's?
1X.
Oh, okay.
But it might as well be 3 because it's called Maxine. Just call me Madam. And she is
Dominatrix?
a madam. No, she's a madam
Oh, like at a whorehouse.
in Arkansas in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And can I tell you, it's the juiciest rag I've ever sunk my teeth into.
Really?
I love it. And I love it especially because I feel like I know all these places that she's
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Oh my God, it's so
Ooh, like what? Like, give us a
good.
little taste.
Okay, so like she starts out, she's, where is she right now? She's like spoon-fed Arkansas or something.
Okay,
I don't
sure,
know.
right.
And she's talking about how she is making, First, she's a big, beautiful blonde woman.
Okay.
Very curvy.
Relatable.
Oh, she's like Marlena Dietrich, like beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, busty, buxom blonde woman.
Yeah.
And she's like, and the men were afraid of me.
Love it.
So first, she meets up with this guy at this bar, and the guy is like, honey, I like you. And she's like, you're kind of a pig and you're kind of ugly.
Right.
But then he like was talking sweet to her.
Okay.
And she was like, I don't care how ugly you are a gentleman.
Listen, go a long way.
Loved him.
Yeah.
She married him. They moved to Arkansas, and he showed her, or he hooked her up with Nell, who was running her own prostitute house.
Got it.
And she was like, come on, I'll come bring you under my wing.
Got it.
And so like, she was one of the girls,
Yeah.
she was one of the doves, and then-
doves?
I don't know. And my favorite thing is she'll be talking about the most vile things, and then she'll go, but that smart aleck took me for all my money. That smart alecky. And I'm like, girl.
Calling people smart aleck is
she's
hilarious.
like, it's 1952. We're not that crazy.
Right.
No, the money she is making. Oh my God. She's paying. It is, okay. This is why you need to drain the swamp,
Right.
girl. Because most of that book is her just paying off policemen, politicians, judges, city workers, constantly. And you know what? They're like, all right, Maxine, we gotta round y'all up and take you to jail. And she's like, all right.
Do you, or is the price right?
Show. And they take them all to jail. And she's like, here's your $2,000 to take us all out of jail again. It's just a stunt.
Yeah.
And she's constantly paying all of these
Performative.
people. And then, like always, you men chomp at the bit and you keep coming back for more and you keep, what do they call that? Extorting more money out of you.
Yeah.
And finally she's like, I had enough.
Yeah.
I'm about, 100 pages into this book. It's about 250 pages.
Okay.
She's like, she is out of money right now.
Okay.
And she is in a bad spot.
Okay.
And I don't know what she's going to do.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, she's on husband 3, I think, right now.
Great
the other one
setup,
went to
by the
war.
way.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, she went to war. No, she didn't go to
She
war.
went to war.
She tried to go to war. She tried to become like a nurse to follow
Ooh,
her man.
right.
Didn't do it. She couldn't do it. I mean, she did do it, but she never got transferred anywhere.
Got it. Whoa,
Yeah,
Maxine.
girl. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Giving the film Maxine a run for her money.
It's really funny because it feels very serendipitous.
Yeah.
And it's like, which one's better?
Well, I mean, I bet the publishing company was hanging on to that for a minute. Is it a newer book? Oh, well, never mind.
It's old. I think in the back of the book, she died in like the 80s, maybe 90s.
The
but
author?
like, yeah, but it reads like, I couldn't even tell you.
Juicy.
Yeah, but she's like just sitting here talking to you.
I love that.
Oh my God.
Very casual.
Only about 2 typos so far.
Okay. I look for those. I like that though, where it's I feel like Gone Girl was a little bit like that. Did you ever read that?
Salacious.
By the time you got to the point where you figured out what she was doing, she was talking about it so casually that to the reader you were like,
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so wonderful. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens to Maxine.
Do you want to know what I'm reading right now?
What are you reading right now?
So I have a.
You're reading?
I read. I know.
You're reading Architectural Digest.
I do like a magazine. Don't get me wrong.
I only look at the pictures. I don't think I've ever read any of the articles.
I've read an article in a magazine on a plane.
Captured audience, ladies and gentlemen. God, I'm so bored.
You got me there. You got me there.
Article.
Yeah, I looked at it twice.
Listen, they're
and then I
adult
read
picture
one.
books. They're adult picture books. The words don't matter.
Can we just accept it?
I'm just
And
there to
also,
look at the glossy pictures.
I have such respect for photography, for styling, for all of that, for story making, that I'm like, it can be appreciated like that. And that's what I do. That's what I look at those magazines
If you're
for.
not telling the story that way, it's print. Well, I guess
I'm not
words are
reading
print.
Vogue.
I guess you could say that movies are the picture and that the print is the print.
It's to me, it's how I'm absorbing the idea. And it's how I am dissecting the idea.
Well, I mean, that's why, 30% of first graders can't read, because they're just looking at the pictures and they're just absorbing the idea and they're not reading the words.
It's just, I'm saying there's all kinds of ways. At first I thought you were agreeing with me, and then I said, no, I think she's reading me.
I'm kidding. But that was good.
It was good.
You were lapping that
I was
up.
hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt?
Yeah, that was good.
No, I'm reading smut per usual.
Oh.
And there's just this one author that I really like.
Yeah.
That really kind of gets it.
Yeah.
And when
You read this all online?
Yes.
You have Kindle Unlimited?
no.
Okay.
This is the other part of it that I think I realized is maybe why I don't read as much, and I haven't since I worked at a library, is because I pretty much insist on reading for free. I rarely buy a book.
Wow, that's very interesting.
I know, it's just not part of my lifestyle. I'm sure it could be one day, but like, anyway.
You know what John Waters says?
No, what?
If you walk into a house and they ain't got books, don't fuck them.
I do have books, so you can still fuck me. You can still fuck me.
Yes.
I know I should read more often because I like it, and I do believe that I absorb things differently reading.
Okay.
Like, it has such a more profound effect on me if I'm reading something like important or about life, or I'm absorbing themes. Like, I'm not just doing it for the shit and giggles of it. Like, reading it really does get to me.
Wow.
But this smut artist knows my number in a different way.
Yeah.
And when they release stories, it's very few and far. It's very few and far between. But when they do, it's like, I don't know, giving it to me. Like, one chapter a day,
doing it?
chapter the next day, chapter the next day. Because I go to sites that have like
Wattpad and that kind of stuff.
Right, like where there'll be like chapters of it, or they'll like post just a story, and it's like a short story, right?
Yes.
And this, what is this story even called? Because I immediately just search for the author.
Yeah.
And
Give the author's name.
Thorne.
Kudos.
Thorne.
Thorne?
Just thorn, like the plant.
Well, it's a. I don't think
Stem.
I don't think a thorn is a plant.
Is it not?
It's a part of a plant.
Isn't the plant the whole? Isn't that the general way about talking about flora?
I guess I wouldn't say that a thorn is a plant.
Because I think I would start at plant.
It's a physical attribute.
And
of
then
a plant.
say a thorn is a part of that plant, just like a
that's what
stem
I'm
or a
saying.
flower
That's
or
what
a
I'm
petal.
saying.
Yeah, so it's still a plant, but not singularly. I know what you're saying now. I know what you're saying now, which is that a thorn by any other name is
Can
not a
smell
thorn
just as
alone.
Sweet.
I know what you're saying.
You know who said that? That queer.
Shakespeare.
That woman.
That woman.
It was a woman.
Do you think Shakespeare was a woman?
I think it was the queen.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. She was out there in a bob doing it.
You think Judi Dench the whole time?
Judi Dench the whole time. Yeah, I do believe that.
Interesting.
I do believe that's true.
Anyway, Thorn.
Love pink.
Love pink.
Thorn.
It's got my number.
plant.
This one is, okay, so I guess I'm just going to really get into this.
Let's hear it.
I like stories that have a little bit of a sci-fi component to them.
Yes.
Sexual sci-fi
Pacific
component.
Rim.
Sure. that has to do with body parts. So like sometimes
Frankenstein?
things will start growing.
Oh my God.
Based on different things happening around them. So
I
in this
love
story,
when my hair grows like that.
right? Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
So in this story, these four men work at a coffee shop, and they just got this new tipping system.
Okay.
And the tipping system, they all put in their little profiles.
Okay.
And each of their profiles has a different way to tip them. So the customer can choose, the percentage or the amount or whatever, and then it can say, put it into one of these 4 funds. Okay. And they're all labeled something different, like D or C or M. And they learn later that when they collect their tips at the end of the day, that percentage goes into whatever that fund stands for. So it might make their cock 15% bigger, or their muscles 20% bigger, and that's the game.
Funny.
That's
I
the
like
game.
that.
I do too.
I like that.
It's fun.
It's like pinatas or something.
It's like a fun little twist on it. And then they're like sitting around. They're like, oh, this is so sexy. And they're like, oh, and so it's growing. I don't know. I don't know.
100% tips.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, someone came in with a gift card one day and it was a whole thing.
How does that work?
Oh, they uploaded it all at once and things got crazy. Things got crazy, girl. Because it wasn't percentages anymore. It was amounts. I'm telling you.
You need to play.
I need to get into Chuck Tingle more because I really do feel like that is...
Absolutely.
Same universe.
Absolutely.
Same
you need
universe.
to borrow the Triceratops helicopter one
exactly.
because that one's really good.
Yeah.
You need to... No, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, shit, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. But that's it. I'm into that shit.
I love that. I'm reading Maxine.
We're going to see if that keeps it in the video.
I love that. I mean, you...
I said it in a coquettish way. Right? I don't know. Disclosing kinks makes me nervous.
Does it?
I guess.
I mean, it's in that Kesha song.
What does she say?
What does she say? No, listen, there's only one line in that whole song that I still don't know the lyrics of, but I know the rest of it.
Do you really?
I think I do know the rest of it. I don't know. I can't think of it right now, though.
I only know one line in that, and it's label whore. But I'm bored with wearing clothes.
Keep it kinky, but I come first.
Yes. Cute.
Yeah.
Love that. Great line. It's just a song chock full of good little one-liners.
I swear to fucking God.
Get into
I feel strong about this.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok video of her like in a Hummer at a gas station in Los Angeles in the middle of the night. She's up on the roof and she's like, come on, this is my song. And like these people are gathered around.
Yeah, of course.
And she's like, you know what, sing the words. And like no one really knows the words.
No,
and if I was like, if I was there, I would know the words.
Wow.
I spent 2 weeks learning the words.
Wow. Also, the one time in history that you do know the words.
I know the words.
I also love that you've come across the perfect scenario and you said, I would be there.
I would do it.
I would know.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Kesha.
Listen, Kesha.
No $sign.
None.
You know, my father used to address her like that.
Kesha $sign.
Kesha with a $sign.
That's cute.
He's like, oh, is that Kesha with a $sign?
That's cute.
And I'd be like,
yeah.
No. Or yes.
I think that he's showing an interest in his queer son.
I mean, he loved Leah Michelle.
You can't read.
Can't read the dolls.
Can't read the dolls.
No, listen, we watched the first season of Glee in my house. On the big screen.
I'm gonna
and do you
say
know how
it.
big that big screen was?
Oh, I remember. Because it used to
big.
flood light in that house.
It was like sit on the floor giant television.
First row of a movie theater. Yeah, that.
Leah Michelle's mouth on that screen.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons of Glee are very good. The first season alone, I remember when it came out, and because everyone got into it, I waited a month or two, and then I binge watched it.
They released that weird before the summer, like, or at summer, or just before summer, they released the first episode or something.
Right, it was like May. Yeah. Weird time.
They were like, do we got you?
Right, they were testing it, and they didn't know how big it was going to be.
Those kids were learning so much music, so much. They were 20-something-year-olds.
And recording all of it, and doing albums. I mean, they were workhorsing those people. Wow.
There are so many CDs out there. They were singing so many songs.
So many.
And the mixes.
Oh, crazy.
I'm glad we can talk about this freely because I think it's actually a really great
the moratorium is up, whatever.
I just think, sometimes Ryan Murphy really gets it.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten a little crazy.
Sure.
I have not watched this Kim Kardashian
American
Horror Story,
but there's a sequel.
Is based on a book.
What?
Yeah. This woman on my TikTok, this woman on my TikTok, because she is probably older than I am.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to tell you all the secrets about the book that I wrote that now American Horror Story is making, blah, blah, blah. She's like, here are all the tips and tricks. And I'm like...
So she did Delicate.
Yeah, her book is called Delicate Condition.
Oh, shit. Wow. So he's just truly, I mean, he's always been lifting.
Well,
but never so directly, I don't think.
Well, and his other show that's on right now, the Truman Capote one, The Swans of Fifth Avenue.
Oh, right.
Also a book.
Is it?
Called The Swans of Fifth Avenue.
Is he crediting them?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
But I'm just like,
he's adapting them. I just thought you were like, he just straight up stole it.
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No, he's just adapting it. I mean, where are the ideas? Other people. Hollywood.
Well, writers, they're not paying writers enough. If you want original ideas, you got to pay the writers.
Here's the thing. When do you think art will become autonomous?
Oh, what kind of art?
Any kind of art.
Autonomous?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Doesn't that mean automatic?
Like we have no human artists, just robot artists? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
How long before that?
Yes.
I hope never.
Thank you.
Oh.
Wait, was that
I think we might get to a Star Wars era where we just have both, right? And you're like, well, I don't know. This kind of begs the question of if you begin to treat robots as sentient.
Such an idiot. No, that's not what this means at all. Having the freedom to govern itself or control its own affairs. Oh yeah, that's kind of what it means.
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking like, George Bush and the World Trade Center.
What? That kind of art? Because he's painting now. And you know who he's painting? People that were affected by the war in Iraq and 9/11 victims.
I went to
and that's
his
on
library.
art therapy.
I went to his library.
Did you really?
And it was on SMU's campus.
That's right. And do they have some of his art there?
They have World Trade Center stuff there.
Wow. Like pieces of it.
Yeah.
In his library.
Yes.
As they should.
The paintings
I've seen them.
are painters.
They're painting.
Paints.
There's
They're
paint.
paints. There's paint.
There's paint.
Good for him.
You know what? I guess.
Good for him.
I love
there ain't gonna be no bus at the pearly gates when he shows up.
No.
Jesus is gonna come out and she's gonna be like, "I'm not your mother. Goodbye."
No, you're gonna wait for that next bus. That's never coming.
Gotta wait for that next bus. That's never coming.
He's doing Waiting for Godot up in heaven. That's what George Bush is doing.
Waiting for Osama bin Laden.
Waiting for Osama. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, I would love
a staging of Waiting for Godot.
Yes,
with George Bush and Osama bin
Laden.
Laden.
And Dick Cheney, and they're waiting for Osama bin Laden, and they're at like, it's ground zero.
Cunty. I mean, because Samuel Beckett's stuff is already so like stripped.
Can I tell you?
What?
One day, when we've won $1 million, just $1 million.
Just one.
It's the first million we're gonna win.
Right.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah. We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna use the money from that to do the musical we want to write. But we're not telling you what musical it is because we want to keep that in lock. Because we gotta get there first.
I was making up some sick stuff last
For
night.
that?
No.
Oh, just in general.
Just in
making it
general.
up, yeah.
Like
just creating.
Just creating.
Yeah.
Listen, Scott and I were starting to play this game last night. Things got a little out of hand.
Okay.
But I was making up some songs.
As you do.
And it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Did you record any of them?
No.
You gotta get that recorder out, girl.
It happened so fast.
Do you know, we need to take your little microphones out. Your little, you know what I mean?
Yes,
With the, and
yes.
we need to start recording some shit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We need to put some wigs on. We gotta get some of those original
Wigs and the
songs.
lashes and the earrings and
Yeah.
take the train to the
club.
club. See, that's what always it's wig and the lashes and the earrings and take
That's interesting.
yeah.
That's cute because it makes me think of it's like your last thing before you go out.
That's exactly what it is.
So you're like, when you start feeling the mood and the fantasy,
or it's like you're taking out the makeup in your purse to reapply.
Exactly.
And it's like, here we go.
Exactly. Because when I'm putting on like full drag makeup, I'm a little bit not in it yet.
Yes.
And I'm still just doing the work.
It's
and then I have to do extra things at the end to like.
When you're already woman.
Yeah. When you spray your body spray, I go, oh, we're in girl world now.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's an admission. I am not having a brat summer.
Say it. Why?
I didn't like it.
You don't like brat?
No.
No.
It is the first time I listened to something and I said, I'm old.
Yeah.
I do like some of the songs.
I don't like all of it. I only like a couple of songs.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Because I was like, I don't think I like the entire album.
No, I don't either. I agree. I also think the expectations are high. Not everyone's going to be Chapel Roan right now and have literally every song on your album be liked. Like, that's so rare.
Did you see where she is taking a step back because she is being stalked? Somebody who I actually follow on Instagram, I think. Actually, I don't know if I follow them, but they always come up because it's like suggested for you.
Yeah.
So now I'm not quite sure who I'm following, who I'm not following.
Right.
No, but they're called like Midwest Princess Headquarters, I think.
Okay.
She was stalking her mother and then found out where she lived.
No.
And I'm like, girls, we need to have a little conversation.
Yes, because if we want nice things.
If we want nice things and you don't want the art to be autonomous.
Yep. Gotta treat it well.
You gotta treat it well.
And she is in such a vulnerable place right now. Going so
Stardom, hitting that
fast.
stardom so quickly.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
No. I mean, I can't think of the last person who shot up that quickly.
She said the one thing she misses is drugs.
Yeah, she can't just go to the club and do drugs anymore.
She can't go to the club and do drugs anymore.
Yeah.
She said, I can't do cartwheels in Central Park without people being like...
Yeah, she jumped from like relatively obscure to like A list. Like people can't go in public. That's crazy. Because I feel like a lot of, especially musicians, have a little transition time there.
Oh, yeah, because, well... It's because we didn't used to have things like TikTok where 20 seconds of a song can go multi-billion, whatever, viral, and all of a sudden everybody knows the song. Or at least that 20 seconds of that song.
Right, enough to know her name or
It's so bizarre to me though that used to, you heard the song and you had to wait for the music video.
Yeah.
Now I feel like the music video is already produced.
Yeah.
They release it.
Yeah.
Here's the lyric video. Here's this video. It's wild.
all packaged. I mean, or you're doing what Beyonce does, which she, not with the last albums, but she did like a full visual before she released the actual thing too, which I love.
Oh my gosh. It's just really wonderful. But yeah, not having a brat summer.
But
I do like the...
I split the apple right down the core. Yeah, that's a good one. And then obviously, I think the best track, on that is Girl So Confusing.
What's that go?
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. The one that she did the remix with Lorde.
Don't know.
Oh, it's the
Maybe
best one.
I didn't get that far. I maybe listened to like 7 songs.
It's absolutely the best one on there. And then they did a remix with Lorde because she wrote it about Lorde. And then suddenly, I guess after it was released, I don't know the full timeline of this. Lorde realized it was about her. Oh. And Charlie sent her this like voice note that says like, hey, this is about you. And Lorde was like, oh, we need to do a remix of this song and I'll write a verse. And then they did, and it's lit.
Wow.
It's great.
Wow.
It's great. Let's work it out on the remix. That's one of the lyrics.
Let's work it out on the remix.
Is that...
I mean, it's kind of like Lady Gaga and Beyonce doing Telephone. I know, it's my phone.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with you. I didn't actually hear that. That was such a... I mean, I don't think people realize...
Oh my God.
Lives were changed.
You excited for the Olympics?
No.
I really love volleyball.
Do you really? Mm-hmm. I feel like you've told me that before, and I've been just as surprised. It's really nice to watch. The outfit is right.
Wish the Olympics were like the real Olympics, and like
sluttier.
Everyone got naked.
Yeah.
Everyone got to just sit at home and watch.
Oh, you mean like we took a break as society to appreciate this? That would be cool.
Listen, if you want us to buy into your rich, stupid lifestyle, give us some time off to enjoy it.
I love that you're saying this about sports. Like, I hate to tell you to get some perspective, but like everyone on earth is finding time for sports except for us. Oh, that's really funny. But I actually agree because I like the Olympics compared to other sporting events because I'm more interested in what they're doing.
It's the only time I'm ever proud of America.
Oh,
it's the only time that I ever really have national pride.
And I do know about their gymnastics team, the women's gymnastics team right now in America. Like, we're going to sweep. Simone Biles is maybe one of the greatest living athletes. Or the greatest athlete of all time. Like, impressive.
Do you remember when the Spice Girls went out?
Yeah, bitch.
Did you see what's her name in Paris get into that river?
The mayor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I almost said mayor, and I was like, they don't have mayors over there.
They do.
That sounds so stupid.
They do. I think it's the mayor of Paris.
What does she do?
I don't know. Don't tell me that. But I do think that is an actual mayor. And gross.
If you are hosting the Olympics, it is notorious for... You have to build so much.
Well, I think that's part of the thing is they're trying to do a little more eco.
That's what I'm saying.
I admire that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think this is the place to cut costs.
Listen, you get pink eye, come talk to me.
Because I think I don't know, maybe not. It sounds more expensive to try to clean that portion of the Seine and make a statement about it than it is to build a new pool.
Why wouldn't you want it clean?
Do you think that they ever conceived that they wouldn't clean it? Do you think that was ever a discussion? Is that what you're asking?
No, why wouldn't you just clean it?
The Seine?
Yeah.
Because it's incredibly difficult, impossible.
Why?
Because there's millions of people there.
So
people shit in the Seine. Back to square one. What do you want from me? There are mayors in Paris and people shit in the Seine.
Listen. Brat summer.
No, I won't be watching the Olympics.
But you'll be watching that opening ceremony.
I'll probably catch
Lady
it after the
Gaga
fact.
is performing, right?
Is she?
I think she
It's like
might
rumored.
Be. But what does she have to do with Paris?
Girl, they're going to try to pull in some shit. It's probably anybody to do with the fashion world, maybe?
House Labs.
Do you know who I want to see perform?
Who?
Le Grand Dame.
No, you know who I want to see perform?
Who?
TR Sky.
Too bad she's Welsh.
That's Europe.
Like the UK, famously best friends with France. They hate the French. Do you know this?
Paris is in France.
Correct.
The Eiffel Tower is in France.
Correct.
I see London. I see France. That's when you see the underpants.
Correct.
Because they're loosey-goosey in France?
Lucy LaDuca.
Lucy LaDuca.
Mm-hmm. La Luce.
What's she doing?
Who knows? Do you know, I saw some clips of her recently.
Yeah.
Back from the show.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, what's she doing?
What's she doing?
I haven't seen her
She has
since.
great legs. She has great legs.
Also, like...
Beautiful nose.
You wouldn't know... I don't know how she pads. I don't know
know either.
Because her body isn't that different than other queens we've seen outside of drag.
Yes, sure.
But when she does get into it, you're like, what is this body? And how does it work?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Maybe one of the best bodies out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Cameron Michaels?
Cameron Michaels is good, but you can always see the arms, even in drag, and that's fine. That's her drag, and I can see into it. But like, Lucy truly becomes like, whoosh.
It's true.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Oh. It's just the padding and stuff is good for me. But no, I don't know what she's up to. Where's Q?
Dead. There's my
Where's Q?
In Kansas City. We gotta drive. Go see her.
She's probably just making costumes.
Listen, she can do that.
She can do that.
She's beautiful at that. She can come make us costumes.
Yeah, just don't make wigs.
Does she do bad wigs?
I'm just saying she can't really mess with hair anymore. Unless she opens up a wig shop called
Not My Real Hair.
Exactly.
That's what she should do.
Absolutely.
I think you
And
just
sell
embrace
synthetic
it,
wigs.
and you just embrace it.
Absolutely.
At this point, you're this far in. Be an idiot.
Because
that's what everyone else is doing.
People are only going to keep joking about it, and I feel like you either say like, "Yeah, I made a mistake," and capitalize on it, or you continue to be the butt and feel guilty about it. Like, yeah, how do you heal from this?
You make it your thing, you put it on a t-shirt, you sell it to the masses, and you say, look who's laughing now, because I have a house and you still rent.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she already owns, though.
You know, the banking system is so corrupt in this country.
It's true.
Giving money to anybody.
It's true. I was thinking about this the other day. I felt bad. One of my coworkers recently asked me, and I think they're a little older. They were like,
always old with you.
Do you rent?
Listen.
They're like, first of all, I should premise this with, I know it's always a thing when you try.
Oh, you do have makeup there.
Thanks.
I see it now. I didn't see it over there.
Pointed it out.
It's right here. Your coworker.
Yes, they were pointing out they're a little older than me.
It's always old with you.
And they go, do you rent or own? And I just started laughing. And I kind of feel bad because we're not close enough yet to where they think they understood.
Well, are they like 50 or are they like 40? Because
They're
that
like
is different.
40, I would say.
Okay.
So I felt like it was comfortable enough
Yes.
and that they would understand this person also knows how much I make.
Oh.
And so I wanted to
They're above you?
Yeah.
Oh, inappropriate.
It was probably inappropriate to laugh, but I did.
Oh, no. Inappropriate for them to be asking you.
Oh, agreed, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, and I started laughing and I go rent. And I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to not rent.
I don't know what to tell everybody.
I might have a better opinion in 10 years, but like, we're certainly not doing it anytime soon.
Listen.
I got other shit to buy.
Gosh, it's so wonderful when you can just sit here and really, really count your blessings in your rented home.
It's true.
Because you may not be able to afford property.
No.
But you can buy yourself a wig. It's not going to be your real hair, but it's not going to be your real house either.
Get into it.
Get into it, Queen.
Yeah, get into it.
How does it feel to be almost turning older?
Oh, yeah, my birthday's next week. It's fine.
Do you feel like an adult?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, this year, on the 33rd year of my life, it's the first year that I feel like a real adult.
Yeah. What was it? What is that? What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, everything just felt like this is it.
Serious, mature,
I think
responsibility.
that frontal lobe finally went.
Finally formed. I mean, I am starting to finally grow facial hair. So that's something.
You know, puberty finally does get to most
Comes
of
around.
us.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what sealed it for me. Yeah. But 34 feels a little old.
Well, it's almost 35.
Exactly, which is
closer
halfway to
50,
40.
and then you're dead.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, in
You're
gay
dead at
times,
50.
I'm already 85.
You're not dead at 50. Look at this. I mean, look at this.
Look at this. Not dead.
No.
Fully alive.
Fully alive.
Yeah.
No. People have never looked better for their age.
Oh my God, yeah. And
It's
I mean, we
fine.
are only going to get more options to look good as we age, and people are only accepting older people more and more.
Can I
so
tell you, I am not afraid of looks going by the wayside.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm worried about. I am just worried about getting sick.
Really
That's all I worry about.
interesting.
Failing. Things
Being down,
failing,
yeah.
And not being able to kick the flu. Kick
Right,
the cold.
right. To get caught up in like illness after whatever. Yeah. Because that does happen. I've seen old people who kind of like become obsessed with their ailments and
Or
talk
they
about their
fall,
appointments. And
they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They fall, and all of a sudden it's just like,
one thing after another. I have this theory that I want to get better at falling because I've already started to get a little afraid of it. Because I'm so tall, when I do fall,
you're
it's a
hot.
lot.
I mean, you know what? 7 pounds of pressure can break your wrist.
Is that as much? That's all it takes?
I think 7 pounds of
I
pressure.
say that. I literally broke my wrist falling down the stairs once. So
I mean, you did almost kill that person on that bike.
he hit me. He hit me. He was fine.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, yeah. I forgot what we were saying.
Falling. You're falling.
Falling. And I think that I need to just do some controlled falls to get used to it again.
You want to try?
Because no. Because when I was a kid, I used to fall all the time, but I was
yeah.
also close to the
Trampoline.
ground. So, yeah.
We as kids do stupid stuff.
Well, and then at some point in life, just like one day you just stopped playing, like one day you stopped going out with your friends on the block. You never really realized it. It's the same, I think, with falling. One day you just kind of stopped falling. And so my
you
body's
start
not used
falling
to
again.
it. Yeah, I feel like I got to do it again.
Till your bones start like turning into meal.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. I got to do it in a way that's not going to hurt me too much. But I do think I want to get used to it. A little bit. So that my body's like, I don't know.
Did you ever have a trampoline
scared.
growing up?
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's the reason
so
I got
fun.
my first C in school
Because you were jumping too much?
instead of doing homework.
How long were you out there jumping?
Girl, after school until the sun went down.
Your brain's just jumping.
Loved it.
Marshmallow fluff.
Love it. I was out there doing shows.
Oh.
I was out there imagining full stage shows,
Yeah.
choreography. I said if I had any friends that would come over and jump on this trampoline with me now, they would have parts.
No. You need to reframe that. If your parents allowed you to have any friends and with which to come over and play with you.
That's fair. Yeah, I loved it. Broke it.
That's so
Jumped on it so
wonderful.
much, broke it.
We had a neighbor who had a trampoline, and we'd always go over there, but it's a little scary. You think about it.
Oh, have you been on one as an adult?
That's what I'm saying.
I have, because my sister has one, got one for my niece.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a little scary to get back on there.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I mean, I did like a flip, and I was like, ooh, my brain isn't ready for that anymore. Like, felt it moving around, got a little dizzy afterward.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Again, I kind of just think out of practice.
Well, you don't...
I'm not throwing myself around. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not
We
doing
need to get into
somersaults.
that WWE.
Exactly.
WWE.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw dogging.
You one of them queers.
Oh my
That's
God.
my favorite thing to say.
You one of them queers.
You one of them queers.
Wait, what's that thing that Scott always says? Who says I'm gay?
That's amazing because I can see him exactly saying it like that. That's so funny.
Oh man. Who says I'm gay?
I also love, I know I started this with us, but I love it now when Scott does it, when he comes up to us and he goes, out of everyone here, who would be the three?
Who are the three?
God. Oh. I'm pulling one of you now.
Yeah.
Global All-Stars.
Oh my God, listen, they are shoving Drag Race down our throats. And let me tell you,
I'm eating it.
they need to have it every week. Every week of the year.
Great.
52 weeks out of the year.
If sports can go that long.
You can take Christmas off, you can take Thanksgiving off.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, play that all year round.
I'm here.
There's
I'm
enough
also
people.
so excited for Alyssa.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited for a lot of shows coming up. Oh, speaking of which, did you see who couldn't make it to DragCon this weekend?
Oh, she has COVID. She's sick. I'm sick.
Girl, I'm sick too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go either.
I actually think she squashed that. I think this might be real, and she's just like, she's actually
I'm just
sick.
being mean.
I know.
I'm just being mean. Get better, Eureka.
I was going to say, of the 70 people that may see this, 2 of them might get that, but now they all will.
Listen, we do have 71 subscribers. I did
We have
see that
77
yesterday.
subscribers.
What? Go us.
Go us.
If you're actually watching us and you find us entertaining, thank you.
Thank
If you're
you.
not watching us but you're subscribed to us anyways, thank you. I just want to give a whole
My whole,
I don't know, I slammed it. I was afraid.
it's all fine.
Okay.
Are your tits still there?
I just want to give my whole boob to you.
Here's your boob. I immediately saw, have you seen Look Who's Talking? The movie about the dogs that talk and Kirstie Alley.
No.
Girl.
No.
And there's a sequel called Look Who's Talking 2. Not when the baby talks. And I think it's a sequel where there's this weird dream sequence where John Travolta is the husband in it.
Okay.
And he's dancing with some woman.
Oh, is that where they got into Scientology?
Probably.
Okay.
And he's dancing with some woman, and she falls out of the fantasy, everything except her implants, and her body disappears, and her tits just go onto the floor.
What?
I know.
What is this movie about? Look who's talking.
Look who's talking.
That's weird.
It's really weird.
What?
I know. Yeah. It's like a family movie, too.
They were doing different stuff in the 80s and 90s on those
Girls.
movies.
Girls.
They were like, listen, they're going to parse through this and they're going to be like, kids will find it funny.
Also, I want to know what movie started the talking animal trend. I'm here for it, but there was a moment, like, why did we come up with that? And for some reason, that was a producer's in where they're like, we'll just have talking animals? Great. Greenlight it.
I think you might be right. Well, Disney did that a lot.
That's probably
They
what
were
it
putting
was.
peanut butter in their
Before it
mouth.
was in real life, it was animation, and then, yes.
And then they were putting peanut butter in Mr. Ed's mouth,
Right.
and then Mr. Ed was on TV.
And then, yeah. And here we are.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
I might need to check
These
the time.
two animals
These two animals.
talking to you on television.
Yeah.
In your palm, in,
In
your
your
pocket,
palm.
in your car.
Pocket pussy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Pocket pussy. Polly Pocket Pussy.
You know, Lena Dunham.
Am I Lana now? Hi.
Lena Dunham. She said she's not doing the Polly Pocket movie anymore.
I also saw where she's like, I'm not going to be doing any acting gigs anymore. She's like, I don't want to put my body up for scrutiny.
Good for her.
Good for her, honestly, because she has been.
Listen, Hollywood's dying.
She's a good writer. She'll find other gigs.
I think people forget that Girls was a voice of a generation.
Absolutely.
I know those people.
Like 100%. And even though we were all annoyed by it, by the end,
I know them all.
It will go down in history.
Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
Yeah. And it was good writing.
It was great.
Yeah.
Is she problematic?
I don't know.
She can't be problematic if she was going to do the next Barbie movie.
I don't know.
Girl, bye.
Girl, bye.
Have fun.
Have fun. Be nice.
Talk to your parents this week.
Oh, really landing on. Really going for the jugular right now. First it was the makeup on my sleeve, then it was the lip tooth, and now it's call your mom.
You know, you don't call your mother enough.
It's true. It's true.
So maybe you should.
Listen, Mom, if you're watching. Yeah, call your parents. They're still with us. Go to church. Repent for your sins, and maybe you'll get in. Maybe you won't.
That bus is still coming.
For everybody.
Are you going to get on it? Or are you going to get off?
I'm getting off. Ooh, right now.
Discharge.
Goodbye.